Green flag waved at the back. 15 minutes of racing ahead of us for the Tegiwa Type R Trophy. Revs rising and lights go out. Pretty even start from the first 2 rows. It was a good start from Don de Graaf on row 3 of the grid. We'll see if that's done him any good by the time he gets up to Copse Corner. But with his headlamps on the right-hand side of shot, it looks like it is Jordan Banks that's going to lead into the first corner. Adam Huntley in second. Don de Graaf, I don't think, has particularly made up many places. Oh, no, he has. He's third, beg your pardon. He's alongside Trafford King. King's on the inside line between him and Don de Graaf as they come through. So these two, possibly the ones to watch here in third and fourth spots. They make their way through, but the 2 inexperienced drivers on the front of the grid leading the way, Jordan Banks and Adam Huntley.
And King and de Graaf could try and work together just to clear those 2 cars in front of it. It's de Graaf who's come out in front. Oh, scratch what I just said, because King's launched it back up the inside for 3rd position into Brooklands, and that is keeping I think that Max Martin right in tow as well, as we see La Bella on the inside there in the black and yellow machine on the inside. That's a new car. Oh, a spin on to the infield for the number 60. That's Jack Reynolds.
Yeah, he's just off on the grass, but he's continued. So it's Banks leading by nearly half a second at the end of the first lap from Huntley in second place. Trafford King up to third, Don de Graaf in fourth, Max Martin they're losing 2 places there. David Walsh up to 7th from 10th on the grid as well. John Labella from 5th back to 8th. So David Walsh, he's not given up hopes of a second podium of the day. We'll keep an eye on him, but here's Don de Graaf up the inside of Trafford King into Beckett. That's fairly robust, but clean move by Don de Graaf to get 3rd place.
But they're not losing too much time to the top 2, hopefully, in doing all of this, because they want to be scrapping out for the win eventually. And speaking of the win, that Adam Huntley going to the outside, not challenging into Brooklands though. Against Max Martin on the outside as well. And now on the exit and going into Luffield side by side for the lead, but Jordan Banks holds his line on the inside. Adam Huntley is trying to find his way through. He had a best finish of 9th last time out, so he's nosebleed bleeding with how high up he is at the moment. Across the stripe we go, and now those reverse grid runners are back up with the front runners. Max Martin looking on the inside of Trafford King into Copse Corner for 4th position as they start lap number 3. And so in that blue and white and green machine on the inside, they've managed to get that move done, I believe. Yes, he did.
Excellent. So down to Beckett's they go for the 3rd time in this race. It's Don de Graaf in 3rd. Here's a scrap going on. It involves the 93 car of Joe Dalgarno, the 21 of David Walsh as well, our race 1 winner. So they were side by side. Meanwhile, for the lead, it looks like Huntley, is he going to be challenging for the lead? We'll pick that up in a moment. Still watching that Joe Dalgarno, David Walsh battle. John Labella might be forging his way back through as well in the number 83 car. It's Don de Graaf that's gone 2nd then. It's Huntley down to 3rd. And now Huntley's being really pressured by Max Martin, who's around the outside of him at Luffield Corner, heading towards Woodcote. Still, though, leading through all of this is Jordan Banks in his 1st season.
Incredible stuff. So that's de Graaf up into 2nd position. Is de Graaf, is this the day he finally gets his first Tegiwa Type R Trophy win? He's 4 tenths away from race leader Jordan Banks when they come across the timing line, with Huntley between himself and Max Martin and Trafford King as well. Banks doing an incredible job out there in the head of this number 97 car. I mean, it was incredible enough to score a top 10 really in this morning's race, to inherit the reverse grid pole position. So he's really soaking up this pressure very nicely at the moment.
On to the Wellington Straight once again then, with 4 laps or 3 laps on the board. On to lap 4 now. Still the cars sort of finding their positions in this race from this reverse grid. Still a few changes going on each and every lap as some cars move up the order and some going back down the order. Huntley here is in the position where he is now struggling. Oh, and a big moment there for, was that Labella? Oh no, Dalgarno, wasn't it? That's had the the moment there.
It was Musgrave into the side of Dalgarno in the middle of left field. Dondergraff's into the lead of the race as off the road goes Andrew Aidwan, but it's Dondergraff into the lead of the race now, and Max Martin also managed to get 4th position away from Trafford King in the middle of left field. So Dondergraff leads. He's 10 minutes away from his maiden Tegiwa Type R Trophy victory. The question is, how quickly can Max Martin and Trafford King make their way through the pack?
Well, this is interesting because Trafford King has gone backwards really since that early promise.
Although he's managed to retake Max Martin there. So as quickly as it has changed, it changes back again. This is great stuff. So the Kai Lindsay car 374 on the inside of Dalgarno in the middle of the kink as well. So that is all for, I think it's about 11th position, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It was Richard Lindsay, excuse me, the father.
So here come the leaders turning their way through Luffield Corner. It's Dondergraff leading. He's just starting to edge away now from Jordan Banks in second. Adam Huntley still holding on to 3rd place from Trafford King, who's now up to 4th, and Max Martin in 5th position. We did have Andrew Aidwan stop out on the circuit, but he's not in a dangerous position, I don't think, so he'll be recovered after the race. Over the line they have gone, and now Dondergraff's in the best lap of the race, a 108.525. He was 4 tenths faster than Banks on that lap. His lead is up to 6 tenths of a second now. Trafford King, though, was the one that made up a place that time, up to 4th, and he's right with Adam Huntley now, looking for the final position on the podium. It's Huntley that locks up on the way into Beckett's that time. Is King going to be able to make any advantage from that as they head down the Wellington straight? Well, he's straight back into the toe of Huntley. He's got Max Martin following him, and then it's David Walsh in 6th place, our race 1 winner. Still the same order as they head into Brooklands, although it's a good exit from Brooklands for Trafford King, and is all the way alongside the green car of Huntley now. Can he drive all the way around the outside of Luffield Corner? It's a long way to go. He's still trying to hang in there, but I think over the timing line it's probably going to be Huntley that's still ahead.
Well, let's see when they get across there. De Graaf is not leading by much at all, is he? Only 4 tenths of a second to the rookie, side by side for 3rd. And you're right, it was Huntley just ahead by 31 thousandths of a second. But I have a feeling that Trafford King's going to do something about that when they get into Copse. And yes, around the outside he goes. He takes 3rd position away from Adam Huntley. So Max Martin next in the queue, and race 1 winner David Walsh next in the queue, bringing with him John Labella.
Oh, and that's a late braking there from the number 21 car, David Walsh. He's up on the inside of Max Martin now, just about kept out of the side of him. Both of them probably losing a bit of momentum there, so it'll be interesting to see what Labella can do now down the Wellington straight. If he can take the fight to both of them, he's moving towards the left-hand side of the circuit. Those two still side by side, and Martin actually clings on from the 21 car of Walsh there as they head through Brooklands for the 7th time in this race now. There is the 21 car of Walsh, just behind number 62, Max Martin. They're disputing 4th and 5th positions as they come to the end of another lap.
Oh, extraordinary battling for the mid-pack. Pulling to the inside there was Huntley. And I think that was letting David Walsh through. So we've got battles all the way through the pack. I think Huntley has ended up losing out there. He's behind Labella now, isn't he? So was that just a poor run onto the start and finish straight, or was that something a little bit more systemic, I wonder?
Well, we'll have to see. He's still there, I think. He's very much in touch still, but he has lost ground.
Yeah, down in about 9th place now. He's behind Andy Stevens.
Yeah, he is.
And Ollie Musgrave. So, yeah, not a great couple of corners there for the man who was defending the podium oh so admirably. Oh, big lock-up for Max Martin. That allows David Walsh to have a little look on the inside, side by side in the middle of Luffield, and Walsh will leave him all the room in the world at the apex of the corner, but still has his nose alongside when they exit Luffield. But it will be a more direct line for Max Martin towards the timing line, and when they get across there. It is actually it's David Walsh ahead, but not by much at all.
Trafford King's just in the best lap of the race, a 1:08.298. He took about half a second out of Jordan Banks that time, so the gap between those two is about 9/10 of a second. It's about 9/10 between Don de Graaf and Jordan Banks as well, because on the last lap Don de Graaf did a personal best lap of the race as well. We're looking at a battle a bit further back down the order here. At the moment, at the head of it is the number 12 car, I think, Richard Jones, isn't it? Then it's Kai Lindsay, and then it's Ross Borman, who's only in 15th place in this one. Remember, he was leading the championship coming into this weekend. As off the circuit go Jones and Kai Lindsay, and that might well leave the door open for, I think that's Lee Rickard, is it? Possibly. Also in that group.
Oh, don't forget, Richard Jones, he was third in the championship going into this weekend. So this success ballot stuff has really just thrown everything on its head. Incredible stuff. Kai Lindsay through the middle and gets through on Jones as well. So great action in the middle of the pack as they come out of Luffield, and there's, what is there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars separated by nothing as they come out of that corner.
Yeah, tremendous stuff this from the Tegiwa Type R Trophy, and it's so nice to have a really good, clean race, because Brands Hatch did get a bit too chaotic at times. Still 4 minutes to go here at Silverstone, and there's Kai Lindsay at the front of that group, so he's made up 2 places on that lap. He's up into 12th place out of Rickard and Jones, and Borman 15th. So we've had a good battle up front, but a good battle for the positions outside the top 10 as well. 12 car there is Jones, the sort of silver front on that car, but mostly blue bodywork on that one, and he's just ahead of Borman. Some smoke from the leading group a bit further up, so excuse me, we'll see if they all come through in the right order, or the order we're expecting at the end of this lap. It was de Graaf, Banks, King and Walsh at the start of the lap.
Trafford King has gone through on Jordan Banks. I think that tyre smoke might have been a lock-up from one of those two trying to get a move done into Brooklands, but it's Trafford King now in second position. Jordan Banks fighting back against the race winner and novice champion. Absolutely brilliant. So there's de Graaf going through into the lead. Jordan Banks on the outside can't do anything with that. But welcome to Tegiwa Type R Trophy, Jordan Banks. You've been doing an absolutely stellar job. David Walsh, next car in the queue. He can still come away with a podium from 10th on the grid.
Yeah, absolutely right. He's got Jordan Banks to try to pass. Walsh with a bit more experience than Banks, but not a lot in Type R Trophy in particular. I think they've probably done a similar number of races in actual fact. Along the Wellington Straight they go then. So it's de Graaf now leading by 2.3 seconds. The battling behind has allowed him to get away a little bit. So he's out in front. Then it's Trafford King, then it's Jordan Banks, and then it's the 21 car for David Walsh. So those are the 3 cars you can see on screen there. Andy Stevens in a battle with Max Martin, who's been just steadily dropping back down the order in recent laps, unfortunately, from his point of view. Across the timing line again, that's to complete 11 laps. There's 2 minutes 16 seconds to go, so it's going to be probably 2 more laps to go in this race.
And 2.2 seconds between de Graaf and King. I'll be curious to see how their pace compares now that they're in relatively clean air. But I will say, King's second position is not exactly secure, because Banks and Walsh are still right there. Banks could still come away with a maiden podium, despite still having that novice cross on his car, which I do believe he has on the back. Yeah, it's just in the sort of bottom right corner of the rear windscreen, isn't it? So, yeah, incredible stuff. So King leads this trio of cars into Luffield, and yeah, it looks like it's going to be tight actually, but yeah, it looks like 1 more to go. Yeah,
I would think so. There's the Huntley car just doing battle with Labella. Oh no, that's in fact McFarlane, isn't it? Tom McFarlane, the 13 car.
There was about 1 second in it. I think he crossed the line with 109 remaining, so they might just throw the checkered flag out anyway.
I'm trying to see if there is a last lap board or something out there. Anyway, King on that lap did a 1:08.292, so he's did the best lap of the race now. The rookie, sorry, Trafford King, I beg your pardon, has done that. So the winner from Brands Hatch, he's got Banks right behind him though still, as they dispute second and third position. They're not going to challenge Don de Graaf now. Ooh, that's a grassy moment for John Labella in the number 83 car. He's got Musgrave right behind him, who might capitalise on that.
This is for a position in the top 5, and so is Musgrave on the inside. This is Trafford King and Jordan Banks turning through, and it's going to be Banks in third. And they've managed to gap David Walsh as well, so great driving from that pair as well. And it looks like it's just going to be Labella ahead of Musgrave, but that could be a run to the line. We'll see if the checkered flag is being unfurled.
I think that's a last lap board going up. No,
that's the checkered flag.
It's the checkered flag, so Don de Graaf has finally done it then. He wins by 1.8 seconds in round 5 of the Tegiwa Type R Trophy from Trafford King in second. Jordan Banks, a podium. Well done to him in third. David Walsh, first and fourth on the weekend. John Labella, fifth. And Ollie Musgrave in sixth. What a race.
Absolutely incredible. Well done, Don de Graaf. That's been a long time coming since he made the switch over from the Clio Sport Championship. All those battles he had with Ryan Polly and co back in the day.
Yes.
There as well. That has definitely been a long time coming. Trafford King, great battling there as well from fourth to second. Of course, Sim Series champion as well. Big thumbs up there from Don de Graaf, and both of them giving a thumbs up to Jordan Banks as well, because they know that's a mega result.
Yeah, no, to be on the podium in your first season of racing, to defend in these reverse grid races is not always easy. And okay, he didn't hold on to the lead that he had, but to stay as high up the order as third, he deserves great credit for that against some more experienced drivers. So well done, Tim. And what we're seeing here is how wide open the championship is this year. That is yet another different winner. So that's 4 different winners we've now had out of the 5 races this season. We had a couple of wins for Ross Borman at Brands, but he's had a 12th and a 15th from this weekend with that ballast, which will, that will be, going into the car of Don de Graaf, and now Trafford King will be carrying a chunk of it as well. I think he'll be leading the championship.
So when we go to the next round, it'll just be all on its head again.
Absolutely, and that's at Mallory Park is the next meeting in June. So it was a win for number 15, Don de Graaf, from number 42, Trafford King in second place. 97, Jordan Banks was third. 21, David Walsh was fourth. Fifth was the 83 car of John Labella. Sixth was number 19, Ollie Musgrave. Seventh, 151, which was Andy Stevens. Eighth was 62, Max Martin. Ninth was 93, Joe Talgano. Rounding out the top 10 was number 13, Thomas McFarlane. And there are 3 cars looking splendid parked up in the pit lane. Don de Graaf in the middle in the Motion Motorsport car. Look at that, he's got the cap on already, looking as cool as anything.
It doesn't look like he's just been fighting his way through to his first win, does he?
Absolutely, and he's already been to congratulate Trafford King and slap on the back as well for Jordan Banks. Let's head down to the pit lane then, and Kieran Mogg is going to speak to those 3.
Don de Graaf, your first win.
Yeah, that was a long race. Once I got ahead and got a lead, it was just sort of like I was battling myself more than anything at that point, because I knew I had it in the bag if I did nothing stupid, so I was just trying to hit my marks and not make any mistakes. But I'm telling you, it felt like 30 minutes, not 15.
I'm not surprised. Obviously, you had Trafford starting to pick up the speed behind you as well, but you managed to manage the gap as well, so it's got to feel good. Got to feel good to end the day like this.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when I get to a point in the race where I start to overheat the fronts, and I got to that point with about 3 laps to go, so I just had to make sure I didn't keep trying to go harder and harder and just make it worse. So I sort of had a lap or 2 where I just took it a bit easier in the braking zones, and then, yeah, it was all right after that. So, yeah, really happy.
Do you feel the weight's been sort of lifted now that you've got that win out the bag? You've got that mental block a bit past you now, and you can just focus on the race tomorrow?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I haven't really been, it's not been weighing on top of me, but it's nice to get a win because, other people have won races who I can compete with sometimes, and I just haven't managed to get it done, so it is good.
Well, congratulations on the win, and hopefully we'll have a chat tomorrow as well.
Thank you.
Cheers, thank you very much. Right, we'll have a chat with second place Trafford King. Trafford, you were up and down like a bit of a yo-yo then.
That was hard work, to say the least. Yeah, it was a long race, that one. Long last few laps with Jordan and Dave behind me, like, they were coming. Or Dave was coming anyway. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it looked like very, very, very hard work, and obviously you really had to pick your moments as well to try and pass them, because one slight slip up, and because of the amount of group of cars that you were racing against, anything could happen.
Yeah, so I've been struggling a little bit with straight line speed, and you could see it, so I couldn't line anyone up to come out of a corner, so it was just a case of outbraking everyone, and that was the only way I could get through.
Yeah, they did remark in comms about some of the dive bombs that you managed to pull, so I'd imagine that's probably why.
Yeah, I had to make it work. I mean, I said to Jordan before the race, I said, if you see me coming and I'm committed, so he knew I was coming.
Well, congratulations obviously on the second place. What do you reckon for tomorrow?
We're not here tomorrow.
Excuse me then. Well, your second race. Yes, Mallory. Well, obviously you managed to end the day with a second place. What do you think about Mallory then?
I didn't have the best of rounds there in the first year I did it, but I think it's all about quality there, because you can just park car up really. But we'll see. We'll see how we get on.
Well, congratulations on the second place then. Cheers, thank you. We'll speak to Jordan Banks as well. So Jordan, I believe, I've been told at least, this is his first podium as well. So can I confirm that's first podium? Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, first podium. It's my first ever year this year racing Type R Trophy. So we came into Brands sort of just expecting the unexpected. And then, yeah, to get out on the podium on the second weekend at Silverstone, it's been amazing. The team have done an absolutely incredible job, and I wouldn't be here without my sponsors.
Excellent. And obviously, we were talking about just how big of a pack it was out there. How difficult was it to manage that traffic?
Really hard, to be fair. So obviously I had an okay quality in P7, but I got into a little bit of bother in race 1. So that was just about maximising, staying out of trouble. And yeah, I wish that last lap board came down a bit quicker. Obviously, me and Trafford teammates, we're very good friends. As soon as I saw his headlights ablaze, I was thinking, yeah, it's probably not worth putting up too much of a fight trying to come home with the podium. So yeah, over the moon and ready for the next round.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, obviously, on ending the day with your first maiden podium. And I think you got a bit of a round of applause from John Labella as well, as he drove past as well. So, yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Right. It is time for the final race of the day, and that is the Radicals.